Yeah. So we was studying about like ECG, electrocardiogram. Okay. So yesterday we have almost half ECG have completed. Now today from this here depolarization. Yeah. I think from here. Yeah. From here we will start. Yeah. Yeah. From here we will start. Okay. And also we will do today blood pressure. Okay. Blood pressure. And when we will complete the blood pressure, so almost 50% of your syllabus has completed today, inshallah. Okay. From which these topics in the exam, the question will come. Okay. I make the paper from these topics. Okay. And okay. So today we start from here. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Vectors that occur at successive intervals during depolarization of the ventricles. The QRS complex. So when the cardiac impulse enters the ventricles through the arterioventricular bundle, the first part of the ventricles to become depolarized is the left endocardial surface of the septum. Okay. Understand? So it means that when the cardiac impulse enter, it means that cardiac impulse when enter the ventricle, as you know, the blood circulation and all the process is going in the ventricle. So when the cardiac impulse is enter in the ventricle by the arterioventricular bundle, because in the heart there are many arterioventriculars. Arterioventricular means in the in the ventricle, arteries are over there. Okay. So in the
maybe what your problem? We can't hear you.
Now you can hear me?
I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. Russell, can you hear me now?
I think
Russell, can you hear me now? Maybe he will join later. So impulse enters the ventricle through the atrioventricular bundle. So it means that through the ventricle, when cardiac impulse enter in the ventricles by the or through the atrioventricular bundle, the first part of the ventricle is become depolarized. Okay, the first part of the ventricle is become depolarized and is left an endocardial surface of the septum. Okay, now next is the next point is it is spread through the ventricular muscles to the outside of the heart. So in this vectors, it is spread through the ventricular muscles. Obviously, here is the atrioventricular bundle over here, and here is also through the ventricular muscles to the outside of the the outside of the heart. There are the ventricular muscles. Okay, outside the heart, there are ventricular muscles are over there. So it is spread by through the ventricular muscles to the outside of the heart. Now next is a Q wave is caused by initial depolarization. Okay, how Q wave is caused? Q wave is caused by initial depolarization of the left side of the septum before the right side. So it means that how the Q wave is caused like the initial polarization of the left side. Okay, first of all, the polarization is happened in the left side of the septum. Okay, so and before the right side, it means first of all in the left side, then right side depolarization is occurred. So Q wave is caused. Okay, so in the form of Q wave will be caused. So which creates a weak vector. Okay, as the firstly left side of depolarization occur, then right side. So by this which creates the weak vector from left to right for a fraction of a second. Okay, before the usual base to apex vector occur. Understand? Any problem?
No, ma'am, there is no problem.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Russell?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. It's clear.
Okay. Now next is the electrocardiogram like ECG during vent repolarization, the T wave. Okay, is the repolarization, and that one was the depolarization and Q wave. Now here is the repolarization at the T wave. So the greatest portion of the ventricular muscles mass to repolarize first is the entire outer surface of the ventricle. Okay, so the greatest portion of the ventricular muscles mass repolarize. Okay, just remember ventricular muscle mass repolarize. First, is the entire outer surface of the ventricle, especially near the apex of the heart, because the septum and other endocardial areas have no longer period of contraction. So then do most of the external surface of the heart to endocardial areas. So conversely, normally repolarize last. Okay. So therefore, the positive end of the overall ventricular vector during repolarization is towards the apex of the heart. So it means that the positive end of the overall ventricular vector. So overall ventricular vector, the positive end is during repolarization. Just remember at the T wave repolarization. So all the process is going on during the repolarization. So repolarization is towards the apex of the heart. Okay. As a result, the normal T wave in all three bipolar leads is positive, which is also the polarity of the most of the normal QRS complex. Look at here, this is the ECG paper. Okay. So should I explain this or you can understand? Tell me.
We can understand, but
Should I explain?
yeah.
Okay. 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 So look at here. Here is the two axis. Okay, tell me, which one is the vertical or which one is the horizontal? Okay, tell me. What is this?
Vertical.
Sorry?
Vertical.
This one is?
Vertical.
Vertical. And this one is?
Horizontal.
Horizontal.
Horizontal. Good. So, one small square is equal to 1 mm means 0.1 MP. One large square, this is the one small. Look at here. Okay.
Yeah.
And this one is the one large. Okay.
Yeah.
And two large square is equal to 1 MP. Okay. Now in the horizontally, one small square is a 0.4 second. 0.04 second means 40 microseconds. Okay. Now one large square is a 0.2 second and 5 large square like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This graph is plotted on the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 large square is the 1 second. Okay. So this thing is clear that horizontally axis shows the time period, time duration. Okay. And vertical is show the
Voltage.
sorry.
Voltage, man. Voltage.
Volts. Okay. Good. So look at here, like this voltage. Okay, this is the time period, like P, then Q, then R. So the distance between, as we studied, between from P, the initial point of P till this point of R. So is the PR interval. Okay, as we now clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the PR interval. Now come to the OT, like this one. Sorry, QT. This one is a
Q,
Q,
man.
and this is the Q. Yeah, Q.
There is no O
Q,
in
and this is T. Yeah, it's like a sorry, it's like a O. So that's why.
slip of tongue, ma'am. Yeah, we got it.
Okay. So this one is a Q, and this one is a T. So the distance between from the starting of Q and till the T, like this. This one is the key block, like T area. Okay, this one is the T area. So this is the end of T. So the starting of Q, since the starting of Q, okay, and the initial of T is the QT interval. Okay, the starting of Q and the initial point, the initial point of Q and the end of the T is the QT interval. While other side Q and S. So the duration like between Q, in the between Q and S is the R also over there. So in between Q and S, R is here. So it will become a Q R S duration. Okay. Why we are called duration? Tell me. And like interval.
What's the question, ma'am?
I'm asking why here we are saying this like the duration and interval.
Yeah.
Because these are shown in the time period. Like 2 seconds, 4 seconds. So always duration is the mention of, always mention the time period. Like I'm giving you an example, like how much time will you take? What's the duration? Okay, it means the another person wants to know about the time. Okay, so duration always show the time periods. It may be time, it may be months, days, okay, hours, minutes, whatever. It depends upon the situation. So here in this and ECG, so always duration, just remember always interval and duration shows the time. Okay.
And interval means what, ma'am?
Exactly. Interval, obviously, as you study, you was study in the school, so you have got the interval like a break time. Okay, it's a 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So this is a time, interval time. You have seen, you have heard someone, it's in the school is an interval time. So interval and duration is always show that time period. Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a question. I have
Yeah.
a question.
Hmm.
How can we understand the paper speed of the recorded ECG?
Sorry.
How can we understand the paper speed of the recorded ECG? Paper is
Can
paper speed
yeah.
is the very most important in the ECG, right?
You mean you want to ask that how you can read the this paper, graph paper?
No, ma'am. Paper speed. Paper speed. When is
Further,
recorded.
further for recorded, I don't understand.
Ma'am, every ECG paper has a individual paper speed. It's
Hmm.
maybe 25 millimeter per second or 50 millimeter per second, like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. So
Hmm.
how can we understand the paper speed of individual recorded ECG?
It mentioned in on the machine. Okay.
Okay.
It is mentioned on the machine, and everything like scheduled is shown with the ECG machine. Like you can say with the machine is a booklet and criteria over there. So on that booklet, always everything is mentioned. Like how you can adjust, how you can record, because this always is going in the machine. All system is fixed in the machine. Okay. Here here we are studying like how you can read and how you can give the result to the patient. Okay. So this one is
Ma'am,
this is the starting, like Q, P, R, and is this is the starting.
ma'am,
Hmm?
uh,
Yeah, ask.
okay. Can we understand the paper speed to see the voltage on the ECG paper?
Voltage. Yes.
Yeah.
By this graph, this shows the this axis is show the like voltage. Look,
Starting the recorded of the ECG paper. There is the voltage
everything
sign
is shown on
at
the
the
yeah.
beginning of the recorded while recording ECG. We always show a voltage signal. That means the paper speed, ma'am.
Yeah, everything is print out when you print out the paper. So everything is shown in the system, which is already fixed, already installed in the machine. You just fix the leads to the patient and just apply the and just start the ECG. So when you will get the paper, so you will show everything because time period is fixed over there. You can set the time period. It depends upon the you can say it depends upon the situation of the patient also. Okay, so everything is
Okay,
shown in the yeah.
okay.
But this graph is I want to just explain you that if you will see the graph, so just remember always this side, whatever you will print when you will print out. Okay, when you will print out from the machine, so you will get something right down here and something right down here. Okay, so just always remember thing from here. Okay, from this axis always the volts will be mentioned. Okay, and from this axis always time will be mentioned, because in the machine there is no anything is written down like there is a time period, so you will have to just remember in your mind.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, I got it. But my question was, can we understand the paper speed looking at the voltage sign? Looking
Yeah,
at the voltage sign. can we understand the paper speed looking at the voltage sign?
Yes, yes, yes. It's easy. When you will do then you can see. Because everything needs everything needs a practice. When you will do in the practical field, practically, then you can learn more. Here I'm just teaching you, okay? But when you will do practically, then you can understand more. Because you will do by your hands. You will do by physically.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
But on that time, just remember this, in this axis, like in this axis, always the words mentioned, and in this axis, always time mentions. Never mix with each other. Okay? Just remember this.
Yeah, okay. Okay, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
No problem, no problem. You can ask anytime. So should I
Yeah.
continue?
Yeah.
Okay. Now come to the point. Look, this is the same thing. This one is a voltage,
Yeah.
and this one is a time, as I told you
Yeah,
before. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a short, like 5 mm. This shows the
Yeah, yeah.
this they are taking out the one box. Okay, you can say one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is a 5, and this one also 5. Horizontally, horizontally is also 5, and vertically is also 5. So this is a 5 mm, and which is equal to the seconds is 2.2 seconds. Okay, so 1 mm is the 0.04 seconds.
0.04 second. Yeah.
Okay, this is the same thing whatever I told you before. Now come to the point. Now you will have to learn this thing. Interval, PR interval. It's a normal duration. Average is the 0.18 b, and the range is the 0.12 to 0.20. Okay, QR is duration 0.08 to 0.10. Okay, but okay, one thing more. Events in the heart during interval. Okay, so during interval, what's going on in the heart? So enteroventricular conduction in the PR. QRS duration, in the QRS duration is the ventricular depolarization. And in QT interval, it's like a 0.40 to 0.43. So it is also a ventricular action potential. Okay, so ST interval, it's a QT minus QRS. So it's a plateau portion of the ventricular action potential. Okay. Now comes to the ECG leads. ECG leads. So leads are electrodes. You have seen like these that leads are fixed like here, and on your legs also. You have seen the leads, ECG leads, which are connected with the like. Okay, it's a look like a wide something wide. Okay, so leads are electrodes. Basically, these are electrodes which measure the difference in electrical potential between either two exploring active electrodes attached to the surface of the body, like bipolar. Okay, why it is called bipolar leads? Tell me, why it is called bipolar leads?
Y means 2.
Because because it has a two-sided, and second is by this the two, like positive, cation and anion, cathode, anode, right? Cathode and anode, positive charge and negative charge. Okay, okay, and these leads are two. You have seen, right? When your surface of the body, like right side and left side, for both on both sides, leads are just attached to the body. So one point of the body, like exploring. Okay, one point of the body is called exploring. And a virtual reference point, indifferent. Electrode with zero electrical potential, like unipolar leads. Okay, here is a unipolar. Why? Because electrode with zero electrical potential, it means no current is passed when you attach the leads to the patient, to the body. Okay, so there are no electrical any potential, no electric current pass. So this is called as a unipolar. Okay, because no electrons, no positive and negative charge are moving. Okay, because they are just connect. Okay, they are not working on that time. Understand? This show that like an electrode with zero electrical potential. Zero electrical potential means that are not working still on that time. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Now summary of ECG. Bipolar, standard limb slit. 1, 2, 3. And precordial leads? No. Unipolar, 5 slits. AVR, AVL, AVF is the augmented limb leads. And V12, V6. Now, next is the ECG leads. The standard ECG has 12 leads. Okay, a standard ECG has 12 leads. 3 standard limb leads, it's a bipolar. 3 augmented limb leads is a unipolar. And 6 precordial like chest leads is a unipolar. You know which that leads which are just connected or just fixed to the chest. Okay, on the chest, which are attached on the chest is called as a precordial. Okay, what is called precordial leads? Yeah, precordial leads, those leads which are attached to the chest. So it is a 6. Okay, yani means unipolar. The axis of a particular lead represent the viewpoint from which it looks at the heart. Look at here. Okay. This is a lead. So this is a left leg. Okay. This is a left arm. This is a right arm. So here is a positive and here is a negative. 1, 2, and 3. So Enthoven's law states that if the ECG are recorded instantaneously with the 3 limbs lead. Okay, this is a 3 limbs lead. Sorry, 3 limbs leads. I'm sorry, 3 limbs leads. So the sum of the potential recorded in leads like 1 and 3 will equal to the potential in lead 2. Okay, it means this is the scientist, and this one is this scientist said that when you record there is the 3 leads 1, 2, and 3. Then the sum of potential recorded in 1 and 3, like this one and this one. Like this one is the negative and positive, and this one is the negative and positive. Okay, so the sum of this 1 and 3 potential, it is equal to the potential of 2. Okay, so you will not have to calculate the 2. Okay, why? You will get the result when you sum the number 1 and number 3. Okay. Now comes to the UV wave. U wave, sorry. The U wave is a wave on ECG that is not always seen. Okay, U wave is a U wave is a wave on ECG that is not always seen. It is typically small and by the definition follow the T wave. U waves are thought to represent repolarization of the papillary muscles. Normally U waves are small. Okay, the normal thing, the simple thing is that U wave is very rarely. Okay, U wave is very rarely, but if it can be seen, it will be seen. So it likes waves are small, round, and symmetrical and positive in leads 2. Okay, and it is positive in lead 2. It is the same direction as a T wave in that lead. Okay. Prominent U waves are most often seen in hypokalemia, but may be present in hypercalcemia also, and thyrotoxicosis, and exposure to a digital epinephrine and class 1A and class 3 anti-arrhythmics, as well as in the congenital long QT syndrome. Okay, so these are diseases are discussed here where U waves are mostly seen. Okay, but it is rarely seen in the patients. Okay, understand? It is just like look like you can see here. It is just look like a T wave. Like look at here, this one. Then this is a R. Then come here. Then this one is also here. But then this one, like after like T, like when it comes to T, this is something like that. Okay. Now, okay. Now this topic is completed. ECG. Okay. Now let me start.
Ma'am, I have some question.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
Yeah, sure. Should I share again?
Just ma'am, please
Okay.
help me to understand the ECG.
Wait. Let me share again. Just wait. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm going to start the another sheet, so that's why I'm so sorry. No, this is not important. Yeah, in this thing.
No, ma'am. Previous.
This one.
Yeah, please. It's very important. It seems to me.
This is the same thing as we told you here. Okay, no problem.
No, same thing. I think it's every recorded.
Okay.
Lead
So this
criteria.
here is a 2 leads at the same anatomic group. Okay, like anatomic contigenous. Okay, as you know, group 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so here is a AVR. Okay, this is a like a anatomical contigenous. So like in lateral, like a 3. Number 1 is also lateral. Number 2 inferior. Number 3 is also inferior. So this is like a AVR, and in the inferior, in the next is a AVL lateral. Okay, and AVF is the inferior on the 3rd. Now next is the when V1 is the septal and V2 is also septal and V3 is the anterior. Okay, and V4 is also anterior, V5 is a lateral, and V6 is also as a lateral.
Ma'am, when in the ECG paper, if lead 2, 3, and AVF. If HT segment is changed in 2, 3 AVF, that's why we called inferior MI.
Sorry, say again,
2,
please.
3 AVF.
Say again.
If we okay. If we see in the ECG ST segment elevation in the ECG lead 2, 3, and AVF, we can say it inferior MI, inferior infraction,
Yeah,
inferior MI.
yeah.
So high lateral MI, what is indicate the high lateral MI, high lateral or true posterior MI.
I didn't understand. I didn't get your point. What you want to ask? Ashraf, do you understand what he wants to ask?
Ma'am, the question is when we said that it is lateral MI.
When AVL,
High lateral MI.
In ST is elevated in AVL, then we call it high lateral MI.
exactly.
Okay.
I got it.
I have on another question that practically we see that 10 electrodes are attached or connected on the body, but recorded as 12 leads on the ECG paper. Why?
Wait.
And practically, we can see that 10 electrodes are connected or attached on the body. 10 electrodes, practically, ma'am.
Yeah.
But when it is recorded, it's recorded as 12 bits on ECG paper. Why? I can
Because
get it,
the
ma'am.
whole because the ask again, please. Maybe I understand wrongly. So please ask again.
Okay, ma'am. Practically, we can see that 10 electrodes, ECG electrodes are attached or connected to the body, but recorded as the 12 bits on the ECG paper.
So what do you want that if you connect the electrodes 10, so you want to take the 10 like on the 10 papers, the result?
No, ma'am. 10 electrodes, ma'am, towards upper limb and to lower limb, and 6 is precordial leads.
Exactly.
There are 6 precordial leads and four leads are limb leads. There are 2 is upper and another 2 lower limb, right? And there are 10 electrodes we attached on the body, but it's recorded as 12 leads on the ECG paper.
So actually here is we are using the precordial lead. Okay.
Yeah, we are using 6 precordial leads. It's okay,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
in the limb leads,
So,
there are 4 limb electrodes. There are 4 limb electrodes we attach to the body.
Look at the 12 leads. Okay, 3 is for limb.
No, ma'am.
You are asking from
I
this.
said it practically. I said it practically. Practically, when we do a ECG of a patient, okay, then we attach 10 electrodes. 10 electrodes.
Exactly.
Practically, ma'am. Practically.
Okay. Got it.
10 electrodes, but it recorded as 12 leads on the ECG paper. Practically, we attached 10 electrodes in the body, ma'am, on the body. 10
So
electrodes.
on the
There are 4
on the
electrodes, limb electrodes, and there are 6 precordial electrodes. why you show 12 leads on the ECG paper?
No, actually, you want to ask that okay, there are 10 leads are connected in the to the patient, okay, and
Yeah.
and in the result, how many seats, how many leads are shown? Obviously,
12 leads on the ECG paper. 12 is showed in the ECG paper.
because over there, the one connected is connected to and control the two parts. They're at the same time. Okay, like for example, you are connected from here this side, so or this side from the leg, so this is connecting both sides. Okay, like in this side, two, well, like each one side and each one side is covered the two parts, and it gives the both sides. That's why there are 10 leads are connected and 12 we will get the result. Understand? No? Can you hear me?
Yeah, actually,
Yes, but
What do you
get
think?
it properly. Actually,
You don't understand? Ask me, Russell.
not
Cool, no
actually.
the
problem.
question,
Sorry. I don't get it actually.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So just tell me if you don't get the point. Tell me, no problem. It's okay. Okay, look. You said that there are 10 leads are connected. Okay, and in the result, 12 is shown. Okay, you are asking this thing.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so just look at here. When you are connected the 10 leads, so on that lead, like 2 leads are covered the or give the result the remaining 12. Okay, like if you will connect the on the leg, so the vein which will supply the blood to the heart, so that give the result. Are you getting my point? Like one lead gives the answer, give the result of the two. Like two
Okay.
leads is give the result 2. So if you apply the 10 leads, but mostly in mostly labs there are the 12 leads are using, not 10 leads. Okay, but sometimes if you reduce the 2 leads, the 10 leads can work very well and give the proper 12 leads and give the performance like 12 leads and give the result, because when you will the result, so it in the ECG everything will be shown, so it give the 12 leads result. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Now I got my point. Thank you.
okay, because it's not necessary, because some in some laboratories there are 12 leads are also using. Okay, if it depends upon the machine, it depends upon the result of the machine. Okay, that machine will give the properly or is the authentic or not. Okay, if it is authentic, then you can reduce. If you will reduce the 2 leads, then it will all even you will reduce the 2 leads, then it will give the proper result.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Got it. Thank you.
no problem, no problem. Anything else? Any question? Should I close this window?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, wait. Now, I think it's very short. It's like how much this is? 28. Okay. This is a very short. Okay. I have chosen as the ECG is very ECG is very, as the ECG is very, you can say is very complicated. Okay. So I have searched as much as easier for you, then you can understand. Okay. Don't be afraid from the sheets. Okay. And inshallah today we will complete the 50% almost syllabus. Okay. And in this topic, I have covered 3 topics. Okay. I have concluded only 3 topics in the one section. Okay. So today we study the blood pressure. Okay. This is the arterial blood pressure. So objective, concept of mean blood pressure, systolic, diastolic, and pulse pressure. Normal variations in arterial blood pressure, factors determine blood pressure, calculation of mean blood pressure, relationship between CO, BP, and total peripheral resistance. CO, what is the CO?
That's my question. What is CO?
Let's see. Okay, so just forget it about CO. Okay, just concentrate on the blood pressure. Okay, just do concentrate. It's 28 sheets and it will be very easy, like very short. It's not like a very complicated. Okay, because here is a written work is more as compared to understand. Okay, so what is the arterial blood pressure? Is the, what's the blood pressure? Blood pressure is the force exerted by blood against a vessel wall. Okay, just wait, please. I'm sorry, actually light has gone, so that's why. I'm sorry. So blood pressure is the force. What is the blood pressure? This is a definition of blood pressure. Okay. Okay, this question may come in the exam, that what defines blood pressure. Okay, if in the exam it will like 2 marks, then you write only this thing. Blood pressure is the force exerted by blood against a vessel wall. Okay, this definition is enough. This definition is enough for 2 marks. Okay. So blood pressure is the force exerted by blood against a vessel wall. Lateral pressure created by the heart as it pumps blood against any unit area of the vessel wall. This thing is the same. It maintains blood flow through capillaries. Okay, it maintains blood flow, blood pressure. Okay, it maintains blood flow through capillaries as it causes elastic recoil, means pumping of blood. Okay, it maintains the blood flow, means by the capillaries it maintains the blood flow by this pumping of blood. Now next is the blood pressure is depend upon blood volume and compliance. And what is the compliance like? Ability to stretch of blood vessels. Okay, so blood pressure is depend upon the blood volume and compliance. Blood volume and compliance. So what is the compliance? Is a
compliance.
Sorry.
This is the CO, means compliance.
No. Further, stay here. Don't run away. Stay here. Okay? And just go with me. Yeah. So this is a compliance. So it means ability to stretch of blood vessels. Okay. So arterial pressure is not constant. It raises during verticular systole. Okay. It raises like you have heard like high blood pressure, low blood pressure. Okay. So this is the same thing. It raises during ventricular systole and falls during ventricular diastole. Okay. In normal blood pressure, what's the normal blood pressure is in normal adult is a 120 by 80. And top number systolic is equal to pressure while the heart is beating. Bottom number is a diastolic pressure while the heart is relaxing. Okay. When the heart is relaxing, it is called diastolic. And when the pressure while the heart is beating is called systolic. Understand? Okay. Now comes to the pressure changes throughout the systemic circulation. Blood flows down a pressure gradient. Highest at the heart and low over distance and less than 90% from aorta to the vena cava. Greatest drop in pressure occurs in arterioles. No large fluctuations in capillaries and veins. Okay. And BP averages 120 in aorta and drop to 0 to 2 in right atria. Okay. Okay. Look at it. Variation in arterial BP. What is the in aortic pressure? Like 120 is the systolic and 80 is the diastolic. Okay. 80 is the diastolic. Now in normal arterial pressure, 110 is the 110 to 130 is the systolic and 70 to 85 diastolic. Understand? Understand?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now come to the, this is a chart. Okay. You can just remember in your mind for your information. According to American Heart Association. Okay. This chart is made by American Heart Association. Adult BP range is 110 by 130 by 70 to 85. This is a normal blood pressure in adults. Now BP category, it's optimal, normal, and high normal. And a high normal can be considered like a pre-hypertension. Like pre-hypertension. Now, in the optimal, systolic is the
Less than 120.
sorry.
Less than 120, ma'am.
Good. And diastolic is the less than 80.
Yeah.
Recheck 2 years. Follow up is a recheck 2 years. Now in normal is a less than 130 and less than 85. Okay. And high normal like 130 to 140 or 85 to 90. Understand? Any problem here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. This thing is not, yeah. Now come to the arterial blood pressure. Okay. This is a systolic BP, diastolic BP, pulse pressure, and mean BP. So what is the systolic BP? The peak highest blood pressure, it is measured during ventricular systole. Here is very noisy from any background. Okay. So during systolic BP, the peak highest, systolic BP is the peak highest blood pressure, is measured during ventricular systole. It is at 120 in a young person at rest. Okay. When the person is taking a rest, his BP is 120. Now diastolic BP, the minimum blood pressure. This is the minimum blood pressure and it is measured at the end of the ventricular diastole. It is called like 80. Now pulse pressure, it is difference between, what is the pulse pressure? So it is a difference between systolic BP and diastolic BP. Like mean, pulse pressure is equal to systolic BP minus diastolic BP. Then, for example, 120 by 80. So 120 by minus 120 minus 80 is equal to 40. So it means pulse pressure is a 40. Okay. When you will the difference between like difference like minus, you can subtract like from systolic and diastolic. Like 120 minus 80 is equal to 40. It means 40 is the pulse pressure. Okay. And this is the formula of pulse pressure. Pulse pressure is equal to systolic BP minus diastolic BP. Now next is the mean BP. Calculate by adding 1/3 of pulse pressure to the diastolic BP. Okay. What is mean BP? It is the 1/3 of the pulse pressure to the diastolic BP, like mean BP, diastolic pressure plus 1/3 systolic pressure. उसको कॉल करके पूछ ले. Mean BP is the diastolic pressure plus 1/3 systolic pressure. If BP is a 120 by 90, then diastolic is the 90. So pulse pressure is the 30. Okay. So pulse pressure is the 30. For example.
Yeah. Yeah. Mean BP is diastolic pressure plus 1/3 of systolic pressure minus diastolic pressure. Right?
I don't understand. What are you asking? Please keep your mic toward, close your mouth.
Diastolic pressure plus 1/3 of systolic pressure minus diastolic pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in the diastolic pressure plus addition of systolic pressure minus diastolic is a 1/3. Okay. So means BP is the diastolic BP plus 1/3 pulse pressure. Okay. So is the pulse pressure is the 30. So 1/3 is the 30 divided by 3 is 90. So 90 plus 10 is equal to 100. Okay. This is the 1/3. So you can differentiate you can find out the mean BP. Okay. Now next is the mean BP. Mean BP depends on two factors. CO, Russell, CO, cardiac output.
Yeah, ma'am, cardiac output.
Okay. Now you come to now you come to the cardiac CO.
Yeah.
So yeah. So mean BP depends upon two factors like cardiac output and total peripheral resistance. Means mean BP is equal to CO multiplied by total peripheral resistance. And what is the CO? Determines systolic BP. Okay. And what is the total peripheral resistance TPR? Determines diastolic BP. Now,
Please explain the pressure. Pressure. Please explain the pressure.
huh?
In the Please explain the pressure wave.
This
Please.
one?
Yeah.
In the further. Just wait in the further. Yeah, it is continue. It's not continue. Okay. So in the like determinant of arterial BP. Okay. So it's a total peripheral resistance. So means this resistance, it depends upon size and length of blood vessels, thickness, means viscosity of blood. Now cardiac output is a CO is equal to SA into HR. And this total peripheral this is a definition, determine the systolic BP, means you find out the systolic BP, it is called the total peripheral resistance. So cardiac output and blood viscosity, so increase in RBCs or plasma protein, increase total peripheral resistance, okay? In the blood, when increase the RBCs or plasma protein, so it increase the TPR and increase in BP, okay? When hemocritic increase above normal, viscosity increase sharply and the TPR increases as a result of O2 delivery falls, means oxygen delivery falls. So decrease in plasma protein. So this is the increase, okay? So now comes to the decrease in plasma protein, then decrease in BP. This is called hypoalbuminemia, can be due to burns or malnutrition, okay? Understand? Means if in the blood RBCs is increased, so then obviously TPR also increase, then obviously increase the BP, okay? Now next is the blood volume. So what is the blood volume? The changes in blood volume affect arterial BP. Changes in blood volume affect the arterial BP by changing cardiac output. Firstly, it increases the blood volume, then increase the end of systolic volume, then increase the stroke volume, then cardiac output increase, then arterial BP also increase. Okay? It means if the BP cardiac output changes when all things are increased, so one by one, like blood volume increase, then diastolic volume also increase, it will be, then a stroke will be also stroke volume will be increased, then cardiac output also increase, then arterial BP also increase. Okay. Now next is the blood volume depends on.
Madam, I finished the class for today. I can't take it anymore. I'm sleepy.
Huh.
It's almost 12 a.m. Please finish the class. I can't take it anymore.
Just wait. Okay, let me complete this. Okay, only last sentence. Okay?
Please, ma'am.
Yeah. Blood volume depends upon fluid intake and fluid loss.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, tomorrow we will start from here. Not tomorrow means in the next class. Like physiology, factors. Then this is blood pressure. This is a signs of when blood pressure is increased. Okay. Yeah. Heart rate increase, stroke, blood viscosity, peripheral resistance, blood volumes, blood pressure, regulation of blood pressure. This is very short. In this topic, we have completed almost 50% of from physiology.
Okay.
And more about 20% is remaining from physiology. Then we will start the microbiology. And after microbiology, your syllabus will be complete.
Okay.
Inshallah. But listen. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Okay. In the exam, I will give the very simple questions. Okay. And I will help you. No problem.
Awesome. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you so much. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Allah
Allah
bless,
Hafiz,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Allah Hafiz.